Shout that she the shit, she know she the shit. If you don't buy her what she want, then she throw a fit. She a bitch, shout that mean the shit, but she super thick. And she ain't silly like a kid, give her candy stick. She a bitch, make her flip a brick, make her sick a chick. Sister chick, I been slanging dick, Gucci man the shit. I met a girl named Susie, I let her drum my grip. I know she not a groupie, so I let her in my coop. I stashed her in my fender wall, I stashed her in my tire. Susie is a money maker, but that bitch a liar. Susie rolling on a woman, but that girl on fire. Pull us over Keller Road and said she has some priors. 10 bricks in my car, shawty singing like Mariah. Singing like the choir, better yet singing like Maya.
Well, my name is Susie, and Gucci think I love her. That sucker think I'm loyal, but I fucks with all the hustlers. I be with all the ballers. I be at all the spots. I might be in your kitchen, nigga, cooking with your pot.
I think I love her.
Nigga, you don't love me. Nigga, you don't love me. Nigga, you don't love me.
I think I love her.
Nigga, you don't love me. Nigga, you don't love me. Nigga, you don't love me.
I know I love her.
Nigga, you don't love me. Nigga, you don't love me. Nigga, you don't love me.
I know I love her.
Nigga, you don't love me. Nigga, you don't love me. Nigga, you don't love me.
I think I love her. Show me what Polo done. I think I love this girl. Why? She sweet but keep. She stains her eye ring. 2-piece, she diabetes. And jeans, they dead meat. She sweet, she so deep. She weak with good teeth. 2 jobs, she get cheese. Her dates on my tree. How neat, she loves to eat. We eat, bon appetit. We feast, she's so neat. And like me, she's so neat.
Niggas always talk, but I run the block. This bitch is so hot, my clip, I close shop. My wrist froze with rocks. I cap all the drops, unfold all the knots, expose the have-nots. My whole pose with blocks like young Goldilocks. We got white molds and rocks, ziplock stocks the cop. We never close the shop. We hot steaming hot. I'm Susie Sarah Pop. Click clack, pop pop pop.
I think I love her.
Nigga, you don't love me. Nigga, you don't love me. Nigga, you don't love me.
I think I love her.
Nigga, you don't love me. Nigga, you don't love me. Nigga, you don't love me.
I know I love her.
Nigga, you don't love me. Nigga, you don't love me. Nigga, you don't love me.
I know I love her.
Nigga, you don't love me. Nigga, you don't love me. Nigga, you don't love me.
I think I love her.
What's going on, Conscious Crew? It's your favorite breakdown commentator, CTV. Welcome to another riveting episode of the Consciouztv platform. You already know what we're here to get into. And before we do so, please thumbs up the video until it's absolutely stuck. You guys know that thumbing up the video not only helps with YouTube's algorithm, but more importantly, it triggers up YouTube's notification system. So when you are thumbing up the video, you are literally knocking on the digital door of another Conscious Crew member and telling them to get their black asses into the whole entire sanctuary. If you also enjoy everything that the King does here, you can always donate to the platform at $Consciouztv. Hold on, y'all. This microphone is in my way a little bit. Okay. Yes, if you enjoy everything the King does, you can always donate to the platform at $Consciouztv on Cash App and or paypal.me/ConsciouzTV. That is conscious with the Z on the end, spelled just how it is here on the channel. All donation information is in the description box below, as well as in the ticker at the bottom of this live stream, scrolling from right to left in red and black. What's up? Make sure that you guys are sharing the stream out to wherever it is you have digital community, whether that be your YouTube community wall, your Snapchat, your MySpace, the dark side of Twitter, Tumblr, or your personal OF. I don't really give a damn where you in fact lay the link to set them whores some that we're loud, live, and in color. And with no further ado, let's go ahead and push on through.
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What's going on, Conscious Crew? Now Miss Jody saying, girl, get to the story. Miss Jody, don't you dare rush the queen, okay? I'm the one who hand out orders around this motherfucker. The queen listens to no bitch. All right? What's going on, chat? Hey, everyone. Thumbs up, up, up. Glad to see you all. Happy Saturday. It is a lot going on, girl, and I'm surprised a lot of you guys have not even heard about what is happening, because the story is practically viral, girl. It's all over the news stations. Almost every activist, including Harriet Tubman, her damn self, done got involved in Chicago's shenanigans. So I just can't believe that any of you all have not heard about what is going on in Chi-Town. And if we have time, I'm definitely going to be dropping them up the link so you guys can pop off, because this has created a lot of conversation. The story has gotten a lot of traction from activists, community outrage. Social media is popping all the way off, girl. It's a lot going on. Now, when this story first popped off, I intentionally, wait a minute, hold on, pause them up, contract, rewinded bike. I'm so not used to seeing myself with eyebrows anymore, because I've been wearing my natural brow for a long time now, girl. She's like dainty and arched. But I said, you know, let me throw a little extra zest on the brow, girl. Let me throw a little extra, girl. Let me rouse up the homophobia out in the world, girl. Let me throw a old nasty anti-homophobia, girl. Brow on, girl. A old nasty piece of anti-trans brow on, girl. Oh, nasty piece of anti-binary brow on, girl. I said, let me go ahead and rouse up, girl. All the demented, controlling, indoctrinated people in the world, girl, had to put her own nasty homosexual eyebrow. And I am so used to not seeing myself with brows now, girl, that this is girl, it's definitely bold and beautiful. Yes, God. All right. Anyway, girl. So Chicago has had it going on right now, girl. They're probably about to. I wouldn't be surprised if Donald Trump is this close to pushing the nuke button on Chicago, girl. This is just the type of storyline he needs Chicago to have going on in order to send them damn heat-seeking missiles right on over yonder, girl. Right on over the hilltop, baby. So a Chicago mother by the name of Corshawnda Hunter ended up being brutally assaulted along with her son following a walk home from school, girl. This assault was captured on camera. It's been shared by millions at this point, and I'm going to let you guys see for yourself what the tea is. Now, I'm probably going to pause the video right before the blows start taking place, because I don't need YouTube giving me no problems, girl. You guys know YouTube has just gotten very sensitive. Okay, it's blurred out in this video, actually. So I'm just going to let my tabs kind of speak for themselves, and then we'll get into conversation as everything plays out. And things have been playing out, girl, for the past week and a half as it relates to this story. So check this out. You guys see how many tabs I got up here, girl? Insanity.
Dozens of people came out to support a Southside mom and her son after a video of them being attacked went viral.
That's crazy. Kids is fighting adults. Where's the parents at? Why are they being accountable for it?
Video shared tens of thousands of times on Facebook shows the attack. You can see the woman being punched and eventually falling to the ground, where the assault turns even more violent. We've frozen the video here because it's too graphic after this point. We also blurred the faces of the people involved because they're minors and no charges have been filed. The woman's family was among those at Bright Elementary School. They allege the woman's son has been bullied for 2 years. And yesterday, as the woman walked her kids home from school, the teens turned on the mom.
It's an outrage, and I just feel like we got to do better as parents, maybe a community, maybe as a school. And this could have been prevented if the school would have helped out more, the principal would have stepped up.
Justice still need to be done. Something need to be done to the kids that jumped on them. You know, some type of justice.
Chicago police confirm a woman and boy were seriously injured by a group of offenders yesterday afternoon and taken to Trinity Hospital for treatment. Some parents at the school didn't want to be on camera, but affirm a group of young people have been bullying the boy and others.
It's disgusting. I don't got no words for it. My heart is hurting for her.
In a statement, a CPS spokesperson says, in part, we are horrified by the attack on this family, and we are working collaboratively with city departments and agencies to provide support to the victims of this attack. That is the latest from the South Side. Leah Hope, ABC 7 Eyewitness News. Okay.
Now, girl, a lot of people have been, saying what they would have done in this situation. All I'm going to tell y'all, girl, is y'all better really raise y'all children absolutely right, because some of us have a few screws loose, and I'm one of those, girl. Had this been CTV walking his nieces and nephews home, girl, all you would have heard was pow, 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 and then pow, pow. And the pow pow would have been the second verification mark to ensure that the threat had been neutralized, girl. The pow pow after the 10-second pause would have been the second verification. Because, baby, I'm licensed to carry, and I've been carrying for the past decade. And my mama raised me to be an equal opportunity ass whipper. Okay? She let me know early on in my life, baby, that when it comes to your life being endangered and there being an imminent threat to your well-being, girl, that self-defense transcends age, it transcends gender, it transcends orientation, it transcends status, it transcends race, it transcends all the things, girl. And y'all know I have a Beretta, and I've named her Beretta Scott King because she has a dream to ensure that the king makes it home on time and proper every single day. And she's willing to have a conversation with anyone who needs to sit down, girl, with Beretta Scott King, girl. Okay? She's my personal assistant, girl. She's my helper outer. She does all the administrative work for me. Y'all may not get to the Father, but through the Son, but you ain't getting through the CTV unless it's through Beretta Scott either. Okay, we all have our fair share of representatives. So some of y'all best to get to raising your children right, because some of us, girl, we don't have all of our screws screwed in real tight. And your child may not make it home to you, girl, because they're out here with the criminality and the thuggery of it all. But we're going to have a balanced conversation even about these child bullies too. Okay? So now this is more nuanced footage of what was taking place leading up to the assault. These kids followed this mother of two, the single mom of two, home from school, walking her kids home because her child, her son particularly, they've been bullied for 2 years. So she's been, making sure that she picks them up from school and that she's there to monitor the situation. This is what happened leading up to the kids throwing blows.
Hi, Julia.
Hold on, let me see. I think it starts. Here we go.
Come on, blood. Shamar looking at.
Shamar looking ass. They're calling the mother. They're using a lot of ableist and handicap epithets toward the mom, who also, you guys, to make all this worse, has been battling sickle cell. So she was literally physically tired. She could not defend herself or her children at the strength level of Thanos, because she was battling an autoimmune disease.
Shamar! Come in. What you want, Shamar? Shamar, what you want, Shamar? Shamar, look at ass.
Shamar looking ass. They're calling the woman out of her name. They're using the B word. You can hear the kid. You can hear the mom saying, you know, like, what's going on? What's the problem? Now, let me tell you something, girl. I would not have encouraged her to have stopped walking. I don't know why she stood still and backed up against that fence, girl. Should have kept on marching like she was marching down to Washington, girl. Boycotting the buses and everything, girl. I also don't know why mom did not have, you know, bear mace, some horse tranquilizers. You know, once again, if she was licensed to carry, girl, especially considering all of the things that have been going on with her and her children, which had my mouth on the floor, you guys, considering everything. And I'm going to let, you know, that speak for itself, girl. Mom should have been armed and dangerous. This woman's house had been set on fire. Bricks and rocks have been thrown through the windows of her residency. So I don't know why this mom didn't have pepper spray, didn't have a bow and arrow, didn't have a bow torch, weren't armed and dangerous, girl, considering all of the things that had been going on leading up to this situation, baby. I wish to God that they would not have stopped.
Shamar looking ass. Julia.
And people were saying that the mom is pregnant. The mom was not pregnant, but because she suffers from sickle cell, sometimes this causes enlargement of organs, liver, etc.
Hey, fool, don't touch my brother, fool.
Oh, hell no, those ankle asses. Fuck.
Look at them bitches, man. Crack it.
They're literally roasting the mother, assaulting the son.
Other bitches,
Now you see old girl here is gearing up here to punch the mom. I'm not going to show the actual swing, but you guys see she's putting up her dukes. Let me move this out the way. Let me bring this back up. She just assaulted the mom, and now she's running off after decking her in the side of her face. Her son is incubated into her, protecting her, shielding himself at the same time. And then from here, girl, they begin to stomp, beat, kick both the son and the mother. They drag them both to the ground and begin to stomp and punch and beat on them. It was absolute and utter mayhem. All these kids have phones. I don't know if you guys caught that part. Look at everybody has a phone here. Phone here in pink coat. Phone here in blue coat. The child here filming. Okay, so it was interesting to me that these kids knew who Shamar was. That means that these parents of these kids are doing their fair share of allowing their children to be raised by the culture and to be raised by social media. So for me, it's given parental neglect, child neglect, and the substitute surrogate parent here is the culture and social media. Now, come to find out a bit more background on the male bully in this case actually is and has a mom who's a crackhead. The parents were just like evicted out of a home that they were all squatting in. So one of the bullies is actually homeless, in poverty, has parents who are addicts. And this is typically the case when it comes to bullies. Bullies are usually being bullied themselves by some type of circumstance, whether it's a lack of attention, whether it's also sexual or physical abuse itself, whether it's some type of lifestyle issue such as poverty. But typically the bully is a product of something bullying the bully to make the bully have to transfer all that rage and anger into someone else. Literally a gift that keeps on giving. Okay? Now, the mother spoke out after this assault on her and her children. The mother speaks out after she and her children were jumped, says kids slammed her son's head into concrete and pulled her daughter's hair, says she was stomped on while trying to protect her babies. And here is that post that we're going to read right now. You guys, please run the lights all the way up. I am so drained and emotional. I had to watch my son get slammed to the ground while they were banging my son's head into the concrete. He was trying to get to me because I was getting jumped. He was terrified, and so was my daughter. And the little boy pulled my youngest baby hair. She was hollering and crying. Y'all know I was so hurt I couldn't get to my kids. I feel like I felt my kids, but I also didn't want to put my hands on a minor, baby. Those were not minors. Those were weapons of mass destruction, baby. Okay? And them kids can get pop, locked, and dropped too, baby. As one commenter said, girl, the parents of them bullies would have found their kids hanging from a motherfucking power line, bitch, when it was all said and done. And that is on period, girl. Hanging from a motherfucking power line. It's definitely a law, y'all. I'm sitting here crying. I can still hear the cries of my kids saying, Mommy, help me. I'm hurt. I'm scared. My kids did not want to go home. My mama had to come and get them. Yo, I am so hurt. And for all of you people on this app claiming I was scary and bogus for not helping my kids, how could I when they had me on the ground stomping me out? Then they involved my daughter, a 12-year-old boy, pulled my 6-year-old daughter's hair. No, I'm not okay. I am torn. If you guys are planning on supporting me and my kids today at his school, please don't come disrespectful, because trust me, I'm mad myself. I want to snap, but no, I'm the mother, and I'm going to represent myself as a mother with sense. The time to come is 8:45 a.m. through 9 a.m. If you don't know the name of the school, it's called Orville T. Bright School. Now, shout out to this mother girl, because even she has better sense than Trump girl, who's calling for the hanging of Democrats who roused up a whole insurrection when this woman, who was the direct victim of unsolicited, unwarranted violence, still had enough virtue to say, look, we're all mad, we're all outraged, but we need to govern ourselves accordingly in the aftermath. Okay, do not create a goddamn insurrection against the school. Let's go about things the proper and mature way to ensure that this gets dealt with properly and that it doesn't happen to anybody else. So shout out, girl, to Corshawnda for not being in her Trump bag, baby. Because, you know, some of us, girl, let me tell y'all something. When my siblings started having my nieces and nephews, bitch, I immediately started saving up money for bail. When my siblings started having children, I immediately would practice walking around my house in an orange jumpsuit. I would see how long I can endure the color orange. I would see how long I can endure the onesie and the jumpsuit, girl, because I'm prepared to go to jail, bitch. When my siblings started having my nieces and nephews, baby, immediately I started saving up for my bail money. And I started, girls, getting real comfortable and acquainted with the color orange and orange jumpsuits in particularly. Okay, girl, because I'm prepared to go. Girl, let me tell you something, girl. The way that Chicago came out for this mom and her children is absolutely chef's kiss, because they were about to turn Chirac into Elm Street, bitch. And they were about to Freddy those damn kids, girl. It was about to give him furnace all day, girl. Chicagoans turned into Kruger, bitch. I'm here for all of it. So clearly the mom was traumatized, hurt, wanted justice, but also wanted things to go accordingly, and suffers guilt from not being able to defend her children from this lynching. Tragic.
Has heard about the Chicago mother and her son.
I don't know why I got this up. Let's go to the next slide, actually. So this is the mom speaking immediately in the aftermath of this assault. She also apparently wanted to clear up some of the rumors. So let's listen to this video of the mom following the assault at the hospital.
I wish they stopped letting me out, please. Please. Don't take everything onto the internet and run with it, because it's not true. Right? We got this lady at her house. We got this lady at car. We obligated a lie. That's a lie. That is a lie. Nobody is wasting money for me. Nobody. Please stop believing the internet, please. I'm telling y'all don't get the wrong answers. If they really move to a new house in the neighborhood, I wish they stopped letting me out, please.
Now, this was immediately after the assault. Now, it has been rumored that where there is a GoFundMe for her now, because a lot of activity happened since her video, right? So at this point, she was saying that no money had been given because there were questions and rumors about her being moved, etc. She's saying that didn't happen, but there is a GoFundMe for the family. They've already raised $30,000, I believe. I have heard that her and her children have been relocated. I'm not sure if that's true at this point, or if they're in the same area, in the same building. Maybe somebody in the chat can inform me about what's current. But at this point, obviously, this was too soon for anything to have happened in terms of GoFundMes, being relocated, etc. So she was expelling that girl from the hospital. Now, people were also saying that the mom should press charges. I know initially it was being said that she wasn't interested in pressing charges, but apparently she is going to go forward and press those motherfucking charges. Okay, let's listen to the mom also speak out following the assault, following her stint at the hospital.
Helpless because I was down on the ground, and he was down on the ground, and he's looking at me screaming like, "Mommy, please help me, help me." I couldn't get up myself. I couldn't do nothing.
She's sick. She has sickle cell. So I guess they seen a little weakness on her because she's kind of walk a little slow. They have no right to put their hands on an adult.
That's her partner, Devon Lee, who was at work when the attack happened. Hatter went on to tell me that her son has been bullied for the past 2 years at Orville T. Bright Elementary School because of the way she walks and talks. All of the results of her sickle cell disease. Hatter.
Wow. So this is insane. So the child, the young boy who'd been bullied for 2 years, is being bullied because of his mom suffering from sickle cell, because this affects her speech and her mobility. And as a result, some of his peers bully him as a result of his mom's condition. Jesus Christ. Could you imagine the guilt of that? Could you imagine the guilt of knowing that something going on with you that you can't help, that is not your fault, that's hereditary, etc., is causing emotional distress to your children, and then for things to culminate in a way where you end up physically assaulted? I mean, this is blanketed cruelty. This is cruelty. Unsolicited, unwarranted physical and emotional abuse. Could you imagine a mother carrying that type of burden and shame and guilt. Insanity.
Tried to talk to the school about the bullying, but she says they didn't do anything about it. Yesterday, a large group of parents came to the school to show their support for the mother and to put an end to bullying. The community immediately stepped in and moved her out of South Deering and into an undisclosed location.
Okay, so she has been moved since. They've moved her and her children, etc. Wonderful.
Hatter says she's pressing charges against the parents of the kids who attacked her. As for her children, they'll be transferred to a different school, and she's looking to get therapy for them. Reporting in the newsroom, Sharday Gray.
Okay, great. So the family has been relocated. The children have been put into what I believe to be private schooling, and therapy is going to be had for the entire family following this whole ordeal. I mean, this is guttural, you guys. Now, I want to say this too. I'm glad that mama is pressing charges against the parents. And this is what I think the school system, and this is what we have to vote into office as well as it relates to our local voting, is we have to directly and intentionally push for legislation regarding cyberbullying at this point because of the internet, as well as bullying and harassment in general, because I think a lot of this behavior from young people will become diminished if the school system puts into place that if your children are found liable for bullying, not only are we going to get the authorities involved, but then the state should follow up and automatically press charges on the parents of all motherfucking bullies, of all schoolyard bullies, of all community bullies. Because if the parents begin to suffer the fate of their children, if they begin to suffer the penalty of what their children are going to school doing, or what their children are going to the local basketball court to do to other young people, I think that this will bring a lot more accountability to the households themselves. But when you separate the child and the parent, I think that this creates a lot of room for this type of behavior to occur. If the parents know that they're going to suffer the consequences of what their children do, oh, I think we're going to see a lot less bullying, baby. Oh, yes, I do. I also think that schools nationally should have almost like a census or a registry where if reports have been filed from parents concerned about their children being bullied that have gone unresponded to after an application or two, that an investigation should be opened up into the administrative body of that school system as well. See, I think the whole motherfucking system needs to be regulated, because I think that there's a way to curve this, but that this doesn't seem to be enough intentionality going into creating the infrastructure to make sure that there's a solid system that takes these things into account and that becomes active in these instances as well. There needs to be some type of a census, some type of a database that controls, brings awareness to, and that ultimately alarms authorities if reports of bullying have gone unresponded to in a professional corporate matter after one or two applications, baby. Like, everybody gonna have to get off their ass in this situation. Principals, teachers, guidance counselors, the school system needs to be held accountable as well. All that's going to come down to is those Chicago lawmakers and who they're putting into office and what type of issues are being prioritized by those politicians and lawmakers, because this could have been totally prevented had there been a solid infrastructure to deal with schoolhouse bullying. Let me see what the hell I got pulled up here, girl. Make sure it ain't none of y'all men's. What is this? Okay. So following that, girl, the parent of Miss Pink Coat girl who's getting dragged across social media, baby. Everybody want Miss Pink Coat head. Jesus Christ. The mother had Miss Pinkcoat, who was one of the main assailants in the video, come forward on an IG live or on a Facebook live and caught her making her daughter apologize, but it all fell flat and completely fucking backfired on Little Miss Mamas and her mother. Check this out. So this is the little girl. Oh no, so this is the little girl who threw the first punch. So this is the one who was in the black track jacket that was zipped all the way up, who threw the first blow. This is her.
I was wrong.
It's okay,
I was happy for everything that I did. And I was just being a follower. Following everybody who don't even got nothing that I got. And I apologize.
So she's shifting the blame to the mob as to the reason why she threw the first blow and was happy to do so by the looks of it.
For everything, because I wouldn't want to be in this situation. And I feel bad because I gotta go through.
Okay, so this woman is a friend or a guardian or who the hell she is. But this is the first girl who threw the punch.
I wish I would never did what I did.
Children that was in that video was children. Some of them, not all of them, may have families, but this baby here, she has a family that cares, that loves her, that has held her accountable.
I would love to also know like what that accountability actually is. Like, what was the accountability exactly? I would love to know like the details of the accountability.
She understands what is going on, and I don't expect her to speak. We do not expect her to speak as we are going to speak because she's a child.
I know I'm a better person.
Look at that. She almost wants to smile, girl. She's like semi-smirking.
What I was yesterday. And I can make a difference.
Wow. 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 That's the look of somebody who's very remorseful and speaking from the heart, you guys. Wow. My God. You know, these are the tears of you know, a young girl who was pressured to do something that she knew was, you know, heinous and detestable and disrespectful and unlawful, you know, who brought shame upon her community and her family. Girl, this is the face. This is what the face of accountability looks like. This is what somebody who apparently is being dealt with behind the scenes, girl, who's being held accountable privately. Does this look like somebody, girl, who's experiencing a sheer level, a heavy degree of accountability at home? Does this look like the winning face of somebody who's being properly disciplined behind her actions while she's up here dressed like Trayvon Martin? Does this look like the face? Does this look like the facial expression of somebody whose mom and dad and whose elders are, you know, disgusted with her and disappointed in her? Does this look like someone who's coming out of a system where she's being held accountable? I'm going to get to all the commentary. So, you know, y'all don't have to ask no questions. We're loud, live, and in color. Just follow the docket. Okay? Sit back and relax and just emote and react. That's all I need y'all to do. This is like the face of accountability, Gloria.
So if we laughing at them, we laughing at ourselves. So we want to make sure that we check that and that we be present, and that those people that are not on the ground, those people that are scared of our young kids, that we get out here and we touch them, that we let them know that we here, that we got something to say, that we care about them, that they have more resources than they know, and that we are available to them.
I think we had a pretty honest conversation today, right? Mm-hmm. And you understand, like, it's okay to be smart. You're smart. You get A's and B's. You're the captain of the cheerleading team. You was homecoming queen. You don't have to be bad just because you think it's cool. You don't have to do what other people do. Right? This don't define you. You are wrong. But this is not your end all be all. You can come back from this.
Make sure that we explain.
Well, I think that what you should be adding to this is that the same thing that our parents taught us is that, you know, there's always somebody who's bigger and better. That person name is CTV. You know, when y'all were raised up hearing, girl, that there's always somebody who's bigger and better than you. That person would be conscious. And that, you know, this could be your end all. Had y'all rolled up on the wrong set of people, girl, this could have been your end all. Your mom could have been burying you. Your grandma and your family could have been burying you, girl. Had y'all pulled up on the wrong people. Had you pulled up on the wrong mama. Had you pulled up on the wrong papa. But it's also interesting that this mom was literally being targeted because she was vulnerable. As the report says, the son was only being bullied because of the mom's condition. So these children, these kids, they set out to prey on a vulnerable family. They set out to prey on a vulnerable mother. They set out to prey on a mom who had mobility issues, who had speaking issues. This was completely predatory behavior on behalf of these kid bullies. 2 years. Oh, and it gets worse. It gets worse than this, because this same mob of kids didn't just terrorize this family. They've terrorized other families and young people as well. We're going to get there, though. Just buckle your seatbelt. Okay? Just buckle up, buttercup. Yeah. This young girl here is homecoming queen, head of the cheerleading squad. Got her whole life ahead of her. And look, being young and impressionable is a real thing. Yes, all young people, hell, grown people have a desire to fit in, especially fitting in where you got to be for 8 hours out of the day. It's not like kids are spending only 30 minutes with their peers, girl. You kind of sometimes see your peers more than you actually see your biological family. So this idea and the stress and pressure to go along, to get along, is a real thing. This is why parenting is super important, because proper parenting combats all of this peer pressure that kids experience amongst their peers, who they're in class with, who they're eating lunch with, who they're running the hallways with all day and all night, who they're in after-school programs with all day and all night. And look, the more that I looked into the story and I see all this that's going on, girl, the more I appreciate my adult cousins who did not even allow my younger cousins to have cell phones, girl, until they were 42 years of age, girl. I got cousins in my family who went through their whole elementary, went through their whole middle, went through their whole high school career without access to cell phones. I want all the modern day parents out here to know, your child doesn't have to have a cell phone, girl. The rest of us were raised up and navigated the world just fine without a cell phone. Cell phones are a luxury item. They're not necessary. Your kids don't have to have them. And the gag about it is that almost every kid in this lynch mob had a cell phone out to record this assault. Why are kids this young even toting around cell phones to begin with? And if this is how they're treating adults, if they had the nerve and the gall to do this to a grown-ass woman, girl, no wonder they've been domestic terrorists in their communities. And just imagine just how far they're going with their peers. All these kids' cell phones need to be extracted and investigated, girl, to see what the hell is going on up in them photo galleries, in them video galleries, girl. What y'all been capturing and fucking doing? Because if this is what y'all were doing in broad daylight, outside in your own community for all to see, girl, y'all ain't even have on ski masks. Y'all ain't even try to wait until the sun went down, girl. Y'all were this bold and this bad and this confident, out loud, broad of daylight, in the afternoon, for all to see, girl. Why were y'all this confident to begin with? What is happening at home that didn't have you convicted enough to act accordingly? Yes, what's going on with these DMs, girl? Who y'all communicating with? What type of text threads y'all in, girl? What are y'all saying? What are y'all planning? Have y'all organized crime against other young people before, girl? Out of control. And for some of the parents and relatives of these young people to be defending this behavior in any way, shape, or form, regardless of how harsh some of the criticism is from social media, lets us know exactly what the problem is, because the apple never falls far from the motherfucking tree. See, when I was growing up and my parents were growing up and their parents were growing up, it literally took a village, and the village act like a motherfucking village. There was a general consensus and respect and honor that parents had toward each other. There was a village accountability. There was a shared responsibility. And girl, none of us would dare to insult an elder or another adult, girl. Because it wouldn't have took the KKK for us to ended up being hung from a motherfucking tree, baby. Grandma would have did that herself. Per the disrespect and the dishonor of it all. I think community has felt here. I'm glad the aftermath is what it should be, but had that strength and level of community been there prior to all of this, this might have could have saved somebody some trauma and some issues. Yes, we're talking about a healthy fear, healthy respect of consequence, of penalty, of authority.
To these kids' lives from.
This girl could have lost her life. That's the only thing I keep thinking about, girl. These kids could have lost their life, girl, had they ran up on a CTV bitch. Had they ran up on a CTV girl. Because CTV would have been in the mugshot, girl, just like this. Pow, 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 pow. Pow, pow, pow. For second verification. Girl, head of the cheerleader girl. Head of camp cheer girl. Head of the junior football league girl. Let me tell you, girl, some of us do not have our screws all the way screwed in, girl. We make no exceptions to the rule, girl. This could have went a whole nother way, girl, had they pulled up on a CTV. Because as I said, when my nieces and nephews came into the world, girl, I immediately started preserving bail money and started getting acquainted with orange jumpsuits around the house, girl. Because I am prepared to understand the whole assignment, girl, if my nieces and nephews ever come back home and tell me that some bullshit like this is perpetually going on with them at a schoolhouse, girl. Because I'm turning the entire fucking block, bitch, into Elm Street. I'm lifting the entire fucking block. And I also want to say this. This is why when we be having these conversations around these school outings and these mass outings, this be the type of shit I be talking about. Because this also could have went a different way, girl, before a CTV got involved, girl. What if little Jimmy would have avenged his motherfucking family the next day, girl, and came up into Miss Bright Elementary, girl, and made her real bright? From flashes from the muzzle, girl. What if little Jimmy, girl, would have returned back to school, baby, the next day to Bright High School, girl, and brighten her up, girl, with flashes from the muzzle? What some of these people be going through in their communities and in their neighborhoods is exactly why some of these kids don't care about torching and burning down the entire motherfucking village. Because they're being emotionally tormented. They're being berated. They're being hit. They're being assaulted. They're being humiliated. They're being stripped of their dignity. And as a result, girl, they're here to strip accordingly. My nieces and nephews know exactly why I'm so hard on them when it comes to how they treat their peers and they treat other people. Because I let them know, baby, how you treat your fellow peers is a matter of life and death. Because little Jimmy today, who your class thinks is cool to laugh at because he poor or because he smells or because he don't look right, can be the same little Jimmy girl who's on the 6 o'clock news for putting all y'all asses under 6 feet. So don't never go along with the get along. Don't move around with your dumbass friends when they're thinking it's cool to other somebody else. And you make sure that you always show kindness to the least of your peers. Because that person may remember your ass on mass shooting day. Make sure, girl, that you hug and kiss. And look, if you need to come home to Unc T, and I make brownies for all the misfits in your school, girl, so you can be known as Little Miss Sweet Thing. Little Miss Always Nice and Perky. You let me know, baby, because he or she may remember your ass on mass shooting day. Because it damn sure happened in Columbine, girl, where one of them boys' friends, they remembered, oh no, don't pop him, girl. Don't blow his head off his shoulders, baby. He was nice to me. It is a matter of life or death. It's a literal matter of life or death. How you treat other people, girl, is a literal life or death situation, especially in 2025. Where we have more mass shootings and more school shootings than we do concerts each year. You come home to Auntie and you tell me what you need to impress that disabled child, that queer child, that trans child, that poor child, that dark-skinned child in your classroom who's being bullied, girl, because I'm going to help you to help them to remember you on mass shooting day, girl. Oh, no, not her. Not her. She's been real nice to me. He's been real nice to me. Because I'll be damned, baby, if I get that call about mine. And I'll be even more damned. Because, see, the way that I'm set up, girl, the way my humanity is set up, bitch, let me get a call. Let me get a report from my siblings that my nieces and nephews acting a motherfucking fool. Because what I am going to do, baby, is allow little Miss Jimmy, you've been bullying, to come over here and whip your motherfucking ass in return. Oh, yeah, girl, it's going to be a 360 deal that you're making with your victim, girl. Let me hear that you're causing anybody, girl, any interference, girl, Auntie is going to arrange the ass whooping personally, boo. I'm going to tie your hands behind your back, girl, and let your victim wear your motherfucking ass out. Because you got me fucked up. You're putting yourself in grave danger. You're putting other people in grave danger. I do not motherfucking play when it comes to social conduct at all. Especially because my own parents raised me and my brother, girl, to have the utmost respect, girl, for the least of them. My mother and father were very clear with us, girl. When we went out in public, girl, if people were dressed crazy, people were looking crazy, don't be staring nobody down, slap us upside the motherfucking head, bitch. If we were looking too long at somebody, girl. So all of that socialization from my parents, girl, about treating each person with dignity, girl, and not getting in somebody else's way is all that I know to hand down to mine. Oh, yes.
A lot of these kids are each other influences, and it's so easy to say, oh, they're being raised wrong. No, sometimes kids are being raised right. This child, she being raised right. She's being raised correctly.
She's not being raised right if the end result is she's bullying. What she is being raised to do is to be ambitious, which is why she's a cheerleading captain, which is why she makes good grades. She's been raised to do her homework. That doesn't have anything to do with her humanity. Obviously, she's not being raised properly. She's not being actually parented. If she's making good grades and have all those things going for her, but yet she doesn't know how to treat other people. Yet she's balling up her fists against grown-ass women. She's bullying and terrorizing her school peers relentlessly. What if this young boy would have tried to avenge himself and popped any of these other motherfucking kids in return? Because look, we'd be up here actually glorifying her and demonizing his ass, right? If in a parallel dimension, he woke up and popped everybody's ass at fucking school and laid these motherfucking niggas down like Jason Voorhees, girl, we'd be having a separate conversation where he'd be the demon. The son who got bullied because his mom got sickle cell would have been the demon in that parallel universe, and she would have been the one we would have been out here avenging. Because, baby, y'all don't like this kind of teaching, girl, when I low-key be on the side of the good guy turned bad guy. The good girl turned bad girl, because I know it's all tethered and interconnected. And that sometimes this is the way that people, unfortunately, especially young people, regulate their nervous system, which is by going pow, pow, boom, bitch, to neutralize the emotional threat and the physical threat. And y'all always want to specialize in, you know, making it about the person who pulled the trigger, girl. When I be like, no, girl, we got to talk about all the things that create the variables that lead to the trigger being pulled. We got to talk about all this shit here that happens in the preliminary up to people losing their fucking lives because they fucking with people and bothering people. In another dimension, if little Jimmy ass would have popped little Miss Lakeisha here and the rest of her friends, girl, in a mass shooting, we would be up in arms and he would be the bad guy. When that response is due to all of this. Trolling and bullying. And who's ultimately responsible? The motherfucking parents, bitch.
Peer pressure is something. We all experienced it. Peer pressure is something.
Now, after she had did that, oh God, her auntie came forward and started popping it and ultimately big upping her niece. for what she did. She thought the situation was funny. So this is this little girl's auntie who you guys are about to see next.
Looking for me, y'all was chiming in on shit that I don't know nothing about. Oh, this woman. Yeah, this Miss Ugly Jacket, bitch. That's my niece, bitch. What are you talking about? Sad, no, you sad, bitch. You sad. I want to go outside now. I'm ready to go outside. I'm going outside. I'm going outside, bro. Samaya, what's funny? Girl came out of the pink and brown. Don't worry about what she came on. No. Came out the house with. Fuck. Niggas got crunched out there. You worried about the wrong shit. Your mama, bitch. They couldn't wait. They couldn't wait. Couldn't wait. Like, y'all found me all the way on TikTok.
So this is the auntie pink jacket, I believe, honey. And this is more than likely what a lot of the relatives of all of these kids look like. You got some of the bullies who got parents who are crack addicts, drug addicts, squatting in homes, homeless, or they got ignorant ass, dumb ass, weird ass, emotionally unintelligent ass parents, aunts, siblings, etc. girl who think that this is cute.
You want the dead shit, bitch. You want the dead shit. You want the dead shit. You want the dead shit. Where am I from? Flamingo. She not too far. Go outside. I'm ready for outside. Oh, no, after me. Y'all don't even know. Y'all wasn't even there. Shut up. I don't think nothing cute. Y'all bother me. Y'all follow me all the way on TikTok. What the fuck? They trolling. Man, they funny. I don't give a fuck though.
Now, this aunt claims that she was also physically there. We didn't see her in frame, but she claims that she was there. And apparently she ain't do nothing because it wasn't her business, girl. And this is what I mean by, like, we got to also have a balanced conversation around the bullies themselves, girl, because they're pretty much being left to fail at this, girl. They don't have a shot in hell if this is who they come from. If these are the type of individuals they come from, the type of environments that they come from, that they're being marinated in, is with a bunch of low, emotionally intelligent individuals being raised on Pop-Tarts, oodles and noodles, and social media and shamar. And young people will be young people, girl. They are the recipients of their environment. They're the recipient of their families. CPS not only needs to get involved to ensure that the mom and her children have the resources that they need, but a CPS investigation needs to be opened up on every last single one of the parents and homes of all of the children that participated in this melee. An open CPS investigation, girl. Get into the teens. Because nothing happens within a vacuum. And as I said earlier, girl, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So what the fuck is going on in the tree house? What's going on in the tree house, girl? Because I'm sure that there's lots of evidence that there's been child neglect. If CPS started looking into the nooks and crevices, girl, of what's taking place in the tree house, since this is what the tree bears the fruit of. Now, this is social media reacting to the shenanigans, girl.
About these kids. This little ass girl with this fucking pink mink coat on, her ass look like Dolly from Betty. This bitch is like a 304. She like she already selling it. Then you got this fat ass Teletubby little ass bitch. She got this fucking boneless ass box brace in her motherfucking head. Then you got this little ass boy, he got a mask, he ain't got shit but a pencil on him. Baby, a motherfucker play with my kids, gang. I ain't gonna lie, y'all gonna see a whole different side of me. I'm going back to jail. I'm just so fucking irritated about these kids. This little ass girl with this fucking pink mink coat on, her.
No, so this is not the aunt. This is just somebody on social media reacting to the shenanigans of it all. Here's another reaction from social media.
Girl, the fact that you sat on that live with that hoodie on, looking like Cleo, ready to set it off, lets me know that you would do it all over again if you had the chance to. And please don't think that we don't know that you tried to play in our face with that whack-ass apology. It was very forced and it was very disingenuous. Not only that, the fact that you sat up there laughing and trying to smile through it all pissed me off even more. And to that woman that was in the video with you, talking about she's just a child. Well, she wasn't a child when she raised her hand and started swinging on that grown woman. So guess what? From here on out, you get grown woman treatment. Not only that, see, y'all tried to play with that lady, but God didn't play about her. That woman got a new house. She got a new car. She moved out of that neighborhood and her children now go to a new school. Not only that, a local rapper now is going to fly her and her family out to LA for the weekend and covered all of their Christmas stuff. The reality of it is that apology that you gave will not take away the memories that that lady is going to have to live with for the rest of her life from what y'all did to her and her children. So you can keep that shit.
Period. Period. Now, this is the Chicago neighborhood rallying together. And let me tell you, girl, the way that Chicago showed out for this single mom, the way that they came together to stand in solidarity against the harm that had been perpetuated against this single mom and her children, it gave me chills. It gave me chills, girl. This was given old school Black community, girl. This was given old school Black village. Girl, I ain't seen this in a long time, girl. But this, the way that the neighborhood in the city of Chicago and this woman's neighbors and the parents within this district stood on motherfucking business against the buffoonery of it all, girl. Oh, almost had to have a praise break, baby.
That's what we on. Come on, we gone. Fuck all this. Come on, y'all. Let's march to the projects. Because this food ain't gonna cost shit. Let's go to the projects. We gone. Hey, come on, y'all. We ain't gonna stop shit right here. Let's go to the project. The project this way. All right, come on. Take me there. What's not great? Yeah, come on, we gone. Come on, man. What we solving right here? What is we solving right here? Fuck them kids. Fuck them kids. Fuck them kids.
Ooh,
Fuck them up. Fuck them.
not the fuck them up mantra.
Fuck them kids. Hey, so let my homie go.
Okay, so community members, girl, they were protesting outside the school. And they also decided, girl, that regardless of what the school does and doesn't do, is not going to decide the way that the community is going to stand on business, because the community got its own culture and values that it's going to enforce. And they're going to absolutely rebuke and push against this behavior and to send a large message to the rest of their community members and to the young people looking, girl, that this is what the fuck is going to happen if you dare think this behavior is proper, girl. The community is not going to stand with you. It'll be a foot to fucking neck, and you will be publicly shamed for the BS. You will be put on public display, girl, and we will come out in the droves and in the numbers to shame you. To shame you. Girl, we're going to shame the criminality and the thuggery out of you, girl. We're going to shame the violence up out of you. We're going to shame the bully spirit up out of you. And it didn't end there.
Shorty.
Baby, they went to the homes of the parents. Girl, baby, this community turned into track stars, girl. They tracked it on down there to the schoolhouse, tracked it on down there to the mayor's house, tracked it on down there, girl, to the parents' house, girl, and they stood outside of doors and porches, baby, to stand on business.
Why they on there? Are they back on the light-skinned lady?
Why did you come out your door?
She wants them issues.
But that's the neighbor. Pay the fucking car.
Hey, Wiley. Then they outside, shorty. Why they on there?
Some of the people went to the parents' house this morning of the kids who attacked the lady and her kids on yesterday, girl. Run their ass right on up out of there. Every day, all day, girl. Run their ass on up out of there, honey. When them parents leave the house, thinking that they about to go to the mailbox, baby, you going to the mailbox with me. Thinking that they about to go down there to grocery shopping, girl, to spend their last little bit of snaps, girl, you going to the grocery store with me. When they think about they about to go on down there to Pooch and get the Lord's word on Sunday service, girl, you going right there with us. Yeah, because y'all needed that, right? Y'all needed that, right? It didn't end there. See, this is what should have happened to Cabo 5. This is the way communities are going to have to stand on it to combat the crime, to combat the thievery, to combat the bullshit that's going on adjacent to them. This is what community looks like, and this is the way that community has to leverage itself against the injustices that happen within that community spaces. This is the shit that keeps bullshit to a minimum. But because we don't have a lot of communities taking a stand together, demonstrating and standing and creating a value system, you got young people out of control, you got the goddamn authorities are out of control, crime out of control, because community don't do enough of this right here. All this need to come back. All this. You know, each generation gives us something that we need to take with us and gives us something we need to leave with their asses. This part of our grandparents and our parents, we need to take this part with us, girl, into the current age. This is how you put belt to ass collectively. This is how you put iron to wrinkles collectively. People have less incentive, especially young people, to do the most when they know that it's not just their parents who they got to worry about. It's not just mom who got to worry about. It's not just dad. It's not just grandma. Grandma is plural. Mom is plural. Dad is plural. Foster parent, plural. Plural. Plurality. It's a theme here, girl. Plurality. Because in the age of social media and the shamars and baddies and bad dolly and all of this shit and big licks and now that's TV, girl, it's going to take every bit of the village because the culture is completely toxic. And with young people having access to social media and content creators and adult content, the level of parenting is going to have to be exhaustive, and the level of community is going to have to be even thicker and denser than it ever was before, even denser than it was when our grandparents and parents were operating in a collective and in a hive mind mentality, because they didn't have social media. They didn't have the same culture, girl. The culture is even more toxic. And the opportunity for young people to be demonically inspired is at an all-time high because of their access to the fluidity of the world. all of the energies of the world. You got a government that's acting like a teenager, and you got a society that also have the emotional intelligence of a 16-year-old. So imagine how much more easier it is for young people to become corrupted and to lose their innocence in an age like this. Girl, we're going to need this level of community more now than fucking ever. More than ever. And the fact that we don't have a lot of this is exactly why a lot of shit is upside down and out of control right now. Chicago made me fucking proud that these people, no matter what the economic background is, these people decided upon their collective values and are standing in solidarity and standing up for their community and standing up for the values that they're going to uphold in their community and that they're going to enforce. And this is the type of shit that you pass down. These are the type of banding together and demonstrations that young people in this particular age need to bear witness to and need to be held accountable by. Very proud of Chicago. Very. More demonstrations. Shut this bitch down, baby. Girl, I can listen to this all day. Okay? And here's the community standing behind the mom. They hold her up as they march through the streets and protest on behalf of her and what happened to her children and stand together and band together as a community.
Come on, baby. Come on. No justice, no peace, baby. No justice, no peace. They from
That's
all
right.
states, baby. They here to support us here, baby.
That's right.
Got what?
At this school for 2 years. Nobody's ever done nothing. No teacher conferences, no nothing. They didn't say they made a teacher conference, whatever it is. And then yesterday, walking home with my kids, they were literally waiting. The way we walked home, jumped all of us. So I asked my kids to come to the next side of the street with me. So they wouldn't get them. So we kept walking, they followed us all the way there. And then they still fought us. They fought my son and hit my son first.
That's right.
Then they dragged me in the grass and put my little baby here. And I have video footage of that. Just how you feel about it? I'm thankful for everybody that came out here. Justice and Julie.
This is how we come together.
Okay, man, this is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful to see. What I think need to happen is press some motherfucking charges. The parents need to be charged, and all the kids need to be rehabilitated. That's my balance to the whole thing. Rehabilitate the kids, penalize the parents criminally. From now on, let me tell you something. I don't know whether this can happen on a federal level, but it needs to happen on every local level, girl. We need to be leading the charge, and politicians and lawmakers in pushing legislation that protects innocent and vulnerable people and all people from bullying, especially young people. And there needs to be a national fucking penalty that if your kid is found liable of bullying other young people, the parents are going to pay the fucking penalty. And I bet you them conversations in the household and that parenting to go to the motherfucking next level with mom and dad or whoever the legal guardian is, knowing, girl, that their black asses can have a conversation with the feds regarding anything that the kids out there doing to other young people, or hell, even adult people at this damn point. That the sins of the children are going to fall upon the mother and the father, girl. It's going to be reverse uno, baby. Once upon a time, it was that the sins of the father and mother fell upon the children. Oh, yes. Now it's going to be, girl, the sins of the children are going to fall upon mama and daddy. And also, schools need to push the motherfucking envelope. If young people are being found liable for bullying and hurting other young people, girl, you're stripped of your school privileges. You don't get to endure prom. You don't get to endure a pep rally. You don't get to be a part of any extracurricular activity. No fucking field trips, bitch. Like, there needs to be a real harsh retribution that happens when it comes to bullying, girl, because like I said, all this shit is tethered together, girl. These mass shootings are tethered to people responding to school shootings. I mean, to schoolyard bullying. The suicidal ideation amongst young people is connected to schoolyard bullying, especially the suicidal ideation of young LGBT people. There are real, tangible, real life blood consequences of the shit. You could be saving your child's life by raising them not to be a fucking asshole to someone else. And that also means that you're going to have to clear the asshole in you in order to make sure that an asshole doesn't become within themselves. Because parents, your children, sit around. Y'all so scared about them catching the gay. They're catching the bully too, bitch. Let's talk about what's really contagious out here. If they're catching the gay, they're clearly catching the bully spirit as well. You can't think that you can separate a kid and compartmentalize a child in that way, where we have a do as I say, do as I please, when the statistics bear it out that kids do what you do, not what you say. And if they don't do it in front of you, they're going to be doing it in front of someone else. How you talk about people is how they're going to talk about people. How you frame people in communities is how they frame people in communities. How you show up is how they show up. Even if they're not going to show up that way in front of you, they're showing up that way in their friendship group. They're showing up that way to their fucking victims. There is no such thing as do as I say. No, ma'am. Going to do as you do, girl. Copy and paste. Copy and paste. And if you're not ready to be an actual demonstration of the way, the light, and the truth, then this is the reason why we need to be having responsible sex. This is the reason why we need to be wearing them condoms. This is the reason why we need to be making abortion legal for all women and providing contraception to all people. If you're not ready to be a demonstration, you don't get to be, when you are a parent, you don't get to have the luxury. Oh, yeah, see, some of y'all running up out of here, girl, because these bullets are touching the green with your tired ass spirit. Some of y'all running up out of here, girl, because y'all don't like this kind of teaching now, baby. You're feeling this thing in the motherfucking burn, baby, because I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. To the 20, 30 people who dropped off, girl, when that Sermon of the Mount, girl, started clearing it. Yeah, I'm talking to you. If you're not ready to be a demonstration, you don't need to be a parent. You don't get to be a voice box for the message and then not live it and demonstrate it. Because what you don't do, baby, the toxicity of the culture is going to do for your children. What you don't do, the wrong crowd is going to do for your children. What you don't do, somebody else gonna do it, and they gonna do it so well, bitch, that you will be having to sit up in front of your community trying to halfway apologize for the disrespect and dishonor of your seed upon the community. That somebody else gonna do it so well that your ass gonna be in jail for truancy and for child neglect. That blood will be on your hands, girl. What you don't want to demonstrate, somebody else is going to do it for your children. Oh, they don't like this kind of teaching, but I'm going to teach it. Oh, God. Oh, God. I'm talking to the 25, 30 motherfuckers who ran up out of here, bitch, like Raid hit their ass. Yeah. Yell, yell, and yell. I'm talking directly to you. Now, to make it matters worse, girl, these Turins, girl, they have a whole profile because their behavior has not been isolated to just Miss, what's her name? Let me see here. Hold on, my computer. Miss Corshawnda Hunter. Check this out and shout out to Rumors and Tigra. Check this out. Y'all thumbs up, share, girl, because we're doing the work of the Lord today. Oh, yes, we are.
I wanted to get the
Continue to investigate.
Now, something good that came out of something bad. Support is pouring in for a Chicago woman and her 9-year-old son after they were attacked by a group of kids in the South Deering neighborhood.
There's video of this attack on Monday that has since gone viral on social media. NBC5's V Win is talking to some of the people who are offering their support now.
The attack on Corshawnda Hunter and her 9-year-old son has many looking for ways to support the family. Cell phone video of the attack now part of the police investigation.
It was sad. It was, I don't know, it was sick. I've never seen anything like that.
Chicago native Dion Brooks grew up on the city's west side. The comedian is donating $5,000 to help the family as they move out of their neighborhood into a new apartment. He says what happened to them does not represent Chicago.
Let's come together, Chicago. We so much better than this. Like, in the way that we rallying around to get behind her and the family, I think is very admirable.
Another Chicago native says he wants to bless the family with a holiday getaway. Rapper Little Zay Osama grew up on the South Side.
I just wanted to get the mom, the son, the daughter, like bring them out to LA, you know what I'm saying, Christmas shop with them, take them out to eat, just have conversations with them, you know what I'm saying, so they don't feel alone, so they know they protected.
Other Chicagoland residents also stepping up. Jaleel Anthony is the founder of Bosses University.
Every year we give back to a family. I said, this is the family we want to give back to this year. And so we reached out to the family, and they've been more than accommodating on giving us sizes and their favorite toys and what do they like. And so we've been collecting items for that.
He says he reached out to Living Fresh Market in Forest Park to collect donations in store for the family over the next 2 weeks.
The father is simply saying they're just thankful for the support, but it is a process of healing and a process of just...
I know this ain't the video. I'm just playing this one first. I got the one you sent me lined up.
Really trying to overcome what they've experienced so far.
Hatter tells me her family is possibly moving into their new apartment tomorrow. Her family is overwhelmed by the support. In the meantime, Chicago police continue to investigate and no charges have been filed. V1 and these.
Oh, yet, baby. They're on the way, though. Now, this is the article that Rumors and T sent me, girl, CBSnews.com. Kids who attacked the mom and son outside of school have been terrorizing another family for months. A group of kids who attacked a Chicago mom and a 9-year-old son outside of a Southside elementary school also has been terrorizing another family for months. Carolyn Sanford said the same group of kids who attacked Corshawnda Hunter and her son outside of Orville T. Bright Elementary School this week was also brutally attacked her adult son this past summer, leaving him unconscious and on the ground for half an hour. My God, today. Sanford said those kids picked on her son because he has autism and is an easy target. So now we're seeing a literal pathology of these young people who are consistently targeting people who have health issues. The mom in this case has sickle cell, which has affected her speech and her mobility, which resulted in her son being bullied by his peers. This same group now preyed on another adult in the community who suffered from autism and beat him until he was unconscious. Yeah, Little Miss Cheerleading Captain. Wow. Sanford said those kids picked on her son because he has autism and is an easy target. Quote, I ain't going to lie, it's hard remembering, said her son, 21-year-old Sean Brown. The attack left him with a fuzzy memory and post-traumatic stress disorder. I couldn't get up for a little minute. My head was hurting, he said. Video of the attack shows him running from a group of kids. The incident happened near the Trumbull Park Homes, a Chicago housing authority complex in the South Deering neighborhood. Brown said he was leaving the grocery store when he made eye contact with the group of kids and started running when he was just steps away from his home. Video shows Brown holding a grocery bag, trying to reason with the kids. Then things escalate and the kids pulled him off the grass and into the street, just like they did the fucking Chicago mom. She stopped to try to reason with their ass, see what was going on, and that resulted in them dragging her out into the street, beating. I mean, it's the same copy and paste, the same energy, the same spirit, the same intent to prey on the most vulnerable people within this community. So the parents look a fucking fool. The aunts, the parents look a fool out here windmilling against social media when these are not one-offs for this group of kids. This wasn't like, oh, well, these kids just got a little carried away in this particular situation. Everybody made mistakes. Oh, no, there is a pathology here. There is a pattern of violence and abuse happening here. And the crazy part to me, once again, is that this shit is happening in broad daylight. What the fuck is going on that these kids feel bold enough in broad daylight, recording, girl, all hands on deck, faces out loud, beating people till they're unconscious, dragging and hurting adults, dragging and hurting young people. And this is out loud in broader daylight, girl. We ain't even talking about nighttime criminals here. Girl, these are daywalkers. What is happening at home? What is the culture at home, girl, that has these kids this bold and they're bold enough to openly record it? Baby, they don't give a damn. While they're talking about, oh, these are straight A students and valedictorians and psychos, apparently too. This is literal predatory apex species behavior. Roaming around seeking whom in the hell they can fucking devour. And this is the second person suffering from a health issue that they've reportedly been violent toward. Now, I want to know what the hell happened in this case criminally, because what? Quote, this was hard because at first I didn't want to put my hands on the kids, just like the mom did. The mom held back because these are healthy people. Healthy people who know that kids shouldn't be touching them and they shouldn't be touching motherfucking kids. And even when those kids decided to weaponize themselves against these adults still reasonably held back because they were in fact kids. Baby, y'all ain't met a CTV, bitch. Y'all ain't met a CTV, girl. I see that. You know, there's a lot of people who need to have a conversation with Beretta Scott King. Girl, because, you know, sometimes I be looking at these stories, y'all, and I just be like, God damn, bitch, God loves me, girl. I know God loves me, because why God don't be putting me in none of these situations? That's how I be knowing that the love of the Lord is very strong on my life, because I be like, girl, I'm the wish a nigga would nigga. I'm the wish a nigga would nigga. A nigga of any age, of any creed, of any color, of any sex, of any orientation, girl. Of any walk of life would, bitch. I'm the wish a nigga would, nigga. And that's how I be knowing that God loves me, because I just be like, girl, why this stuff never happened to me? Why it never happened to me? This stuff is happening to all the wrong people. Girl, send all the bad people my way. Send them all my way. I be reading this stuff and I be like, I can't believe this stuff be happening to people. Girl, I be pooching around the world so easy. I be like, girl, where all these people at who want to act a fool, bitch? Because I'm going to show you a bigger fool. I'm going to show you a bigger fool than you, bitch. Where is all these people when it comes to me? Girl. The video looks eerily similar to what captured outside Bright Elementary School on Monday when a group of kids attacked Hatter and her 9-year-old son. An analyst by CBS News Chicago shows the two videos were shot by the same child. My God, today, the same cameraman. The same cameraman. The same cameraman who this is why I said earlier, girl, an investigation criminally and by CPS needs to happen, and they need to jailbreak those fucking phones, subpoena those phones, girl, because it ain't no telling, bitch. It might be whole murders in those phones, girl. Imagine what these kids have fucking done, girl. These kids might actually be responsible for some unsolved murders in the community, girl. They might have been responsible, girl, for killing homeless people. Because they are openly preying on the most vulnerable, girl. Chicago need to fucking do a census and see, girl, how many homeless people done died in the past 2 years, girl, and we don't have a suspect? Have there been any more homicides, girl, where, girl, there weren't no suspects, girl? These kids might be connected. Because it's given that they want to know what it feels like, girl, to kill somebody. Girl, like have a insatiable appetite for blood. Bloodthirsty. And are smart enough to know to target the most vulnerable. An autistic man and a single mother suffering from sickle cell anemia. My God, to goddamn day. My God. I want to read that again. An analyst by CBS News Chicago shows the two videos were shot by the very same child. Sanford says that the boy sent the video of the attack on her son to her. Oh, you know what, bitch? Trump, press the goddamn button, bitch. Press the button, girl. Press the button, baby. Not only did they target this autistic man and beat him unconscious and record it, but sent it to the man. How they send it to his mama? They sent the video of what they did to this adult autistic man to his mother. Girl, press the red button, Trump, girl. Girl, it's giving Weapons, bitch. It's giving the movie Weapons, girl. Girl, these are the things that a Jordan Peele script are totally made out of, girl. How do you have elementary and middle school children targeting vulnerable, handicapped people and terrorizing their communities? Terrorizing the adults in their communities. I mean, and we're talking about like an intent to maliciously inflict emotional harm by sending the videos of their beatdowns of handicapped people, girl, to these people's parents. They need to extract the laptops, the phones, the tablets, etc. of these kids, girl. I would not be shocked, bitch, if they have actually full-on murdered people, girl. I would not be surprised, girl, if they have went around and killed homeless people, girl, because, see, they know who the community don't care about. They know who the throwaways are, or at least they believe who the throwaways are. And you can't tell me, girl, that these kids have not been experimenting on homeless people. Girl, I would not be surprised if they got footage of them throwing gasoline on homeless ass people and all, bitch. No, ma'am, girl. See, girl, Chicago, what, girl, we will have to chase these motherfuckers and their parents out of the community, girl. Y'all can't even be here, girl. Y'all gonna have to, girl, y'all gonna have to go ahead and wrap up that lease, bitch. You're gonna have to take your voucher, girl. Y'all gonna have to combine vouchers, bitch, and go find y'all somewhere else to live, girl. Y'all gonna have to combine y'all Section 8 vouchers, bitch, and go and find y'all a small cottage to live in together, girl. No, girl, y'all got to go. There is no refining. But baby, the only accountability, girl, is getting the fuck out. Baby, you got to go. You got to go. Y'all better Mighty Morphin and Power Ranger those motherfucking vouchers, girl. This is insanity. This is insanity. What? Sanford says the boy sent the video of the attack on her son to her, taunting her. Quote, they picked with him because they knew he was scared, Sanford said. She said it was all part of her family being bullied by the group for months. In one of those incidents, a boy in the video slapped her 10-year-old daughter, Brown's youngest sister, at Bright Elementary School, the same school where several parents demonstrated this past week calling for an end to bullying in the wake of the attack on Hatter and her son. Quote, my daughter didn't want to go to school. These kids never want to stay home. That girl wants to stay home more than anybody, Sanford said. Even at home, the same group of kids broke her window, kicked in her door last May. The ringleaders is crazy because they stay above me. I'm damned if I don't. I'm damned if I do. I mean, it ain't no winning here. The ringleaders, girl, stay right above her, y'all. So this woman couldn't even really press the gas like she wanted to out of fear of retaliation from these young people and from their families. And rightfully so. We can already see how ignorant the motherfucking auntie is. Wow. Both moms said they have brought complaints to the school with no results. And this is what I'm talking about, girl. The whole system is rotten to the core. There needs to be an entire infrastructure intentionally created to bring attention and awareness and accountability to these type of social dynamics when it comes to bullying and harm to community members. The system is failing Hatter. It failed the Sanfords. And it's failing all the other motherfucking people that we don't know who done been terrorized, who done been murdered, who done been beat up. Because God only knows, girl, these are just two of the victims. So this same group of kids, girl, beat on Corshawnda and her children, been bullying them for 2 years, also beat Sanford's son, adult son, unconscious, and also slapped her 10-year-old daughter who goes to school with these people. And the ringleaders live right above the floor above them. Baby, let me tell you, baby, there would be no floor. Because on that wonderful day, girl, where the Consciouztv family goes on a little short vacation, during that vacation, girl, there would all of a sudden be a fire within that building. Yeah, girl, they won't be a top floor, baby, above me when we're back home from vacation, girl. Yeah, there would be a convenient vacation that the Consciouztv family would be on. 48-hour vacation, girl. You know, and a very tragic apartment complex fire would have happened in between that time, girl. Allowing me to return, girl, to our floor being the top floor of the apartment complex, girl. There would be no floor above us. Yeah, girl, I would be Freddy on Nightmare, on Elm Street, bitch. I'm Freddy. Because you have got to be fucking kidding me, girl? There is nobody in this fucking world who could play with me like this. Not nobody. There is not a single freaking soul on this planet, bitch, who could play with me like this. And even these hoes on social media know it, bitch. That's why they be running down to the white man, girl, getting civil protective orders, girl. Girl, there's nobody who could play with me like this. Girl, I don't understand. Oh no, girl, but you know, they're cheerleaders in the Valley Victorian. You know, and then the whole fucking gag be about, girl, it's that kids are two-faced. Kids play roles. Yes. They'll go to school. They'll make their grades. They'll be home 12 years old talking like they 6. Oh, mommy, can I have a cookie? Mama, girl. Be having speech impediments and all. Can I go to the movie? Can I go to the movies with Keisha this Saturday? Oh, yes, I can. And then be around Keisha, girl, talking about how they gonna do a bitch in. Do a bitch in? Oh, now you know how to use your vowels all of a sudden? But then be around the family, girl, acting all young and halfway developed. Oh, yeah. I don't know how to fix my own food. Can you fix my food? And then be around Jeremy ass, talking about the way that his little ping looks and all, bitch. Let me tell you, listen to other people. My nose ring done fell out. Listen to other people about your children, bitch. Your kids will play one way to you because they quote unquote know better. And they'll be out there in them streets, girl, with the Sasha Fierce inside of them, girl. They're gonna come home as Beyonce knows to you. And then gonna be in them streets as Sasha Fierce, bitch. Listen to other people about your fucking kids. Do not have your ego involved when people are telling you about the way your kids behave, your kids talk, the way your kids show up outside of your presence. Because they'll be Blue Ivy to you and then be Sasha Fierce, girl, in those streets. A lot of y'all don't be wanting to hear, girl, from people when they be giving you the motherfucking Carfax or in your child, because the only thing you want to think is a true representation of them is who they are in front of you, girl. Miss Blue Ivy, girl, is crazy and dangerously in love, bitch, in these streets, girl. You need to get on that. You need to get on that. Sanford said that she's upset because she warned the school about the kids for months and says that nothing was in fact done. Why y'all haven't done nothing a long time ago for this? Again, this been going on. This ain't just started here. It's not going to end here. Oh, it would end, baby. It's called a license to motherfucking carry, bitch. Oh, it's going to end. Oh, it's going to end, girl. It's no mistake about it, girl. I don't be understanding these people, girl, who be, solely allowing. Let me pull up this other thing, girl, because now I know why I pulled it up. I don't understand this. Solely putting your eggs all in one basket, girl, because it's going to end. Even if I'm the one who got to end it, bitch, it's going to end. Okay, girl, I was put here to protect and serve me and mine. Oh, there's going to be an ending, girl. And I guarantee you, baby, it's going to be an ending not only me and my children are going to appreciate, baby. The ending is not going to be in favor of you and yours. But there is going to be an end. That is absolute and for sure. Because, girl, I'm the bully for the bully, bitch. Hold on, let me pull up this thing because now I know why I pulled it up. Now I know why I pulled it up. Here we go. So this woman, Miss Corshawnda, she has been terrorized by these kids even worse than the physical assault girl. Check out more details of what she's been going through as a result of dealing with all the shit going on in her community at the hands of these fucking kids out of the movie Weapon.
Weren't just bullying her children at school. They even threw bricks at her apartment windows. Back in April or May, the mother says one side of her apartment was set on fire in hopes of destroying all of their belongings. But it doesn't stop there. The door in her new apartment had a slot for mail, which led to the kids throwing firecrackers in her home. Days prior to her and her son being attacked, Corshawnda says 15 to 20 kids tried to attack her and her children while walking home from the store. By now, everyone has heard about the Chicago mother and her son, who was jumped by a group of
I want y'all to hear that one more time.
Children after school. But the bullying and harassment actually started months ago. In a long Facebook post, Corshawnda says those kids...
And let's read this post, girl. Let me see. It's small. Okay, no, I can blow it up and read this. Okay, let's get into this. This is nuts, okay? A GoFundMe link here. All of those GoFundMes are fake. Okay, so there's a lot of fake GoFundMes, and we are going to go to Corshawnda's Facebook page and get into, some of this been going on with their girl, because this woman lost her life twice. This woman has been through a lot, okay? So she says this on her social medias, girl. All those other GoFundMes are fake. Please report. Please get all your funds back. I appreciate all the messages and kind words you guys have for me. Please stop making false stories. No one gave me a car. Oh, yeah, she also had debunked that Oprah Winfrey gave her $1 million. That is not true. Oprah ain't gave nobody out of Chi-Town no goddamn million. False stories. No one gave me a car. I'm working on that. But for now, please stop listening to the false narratives about me and my children. We are still healing from this horrific tragedy that happened Monday. Right now, I'm working for counseling for my 2 children. My kids wake up out of their sleep at least 4 times a night, crying and screaming my name. That's PTSD. I really want to get my kids some help. I've been 6 days no sleep. Those kids wasn't just bullying in school. They also threw bricks at my window, my kids' window. They kicked and got anything that was at sight to throw at my doors back in April. Or May, they started a fire just so that my apartment would be damaged by the water the firemen used. They lived above me on the 2nd floor. They were squatters. So they had the whole 2nd floor to themselves, so they didn't have a problem with setting one side of the apartment on fire. So these bullies and the ringleaders live both above the Sanfords and the Hatters. My God, today. And what Miss Hatter obviously didn't know is that they weren't just targeting her. They were targeting other families in the complex who they were bullying. She probably wasn't even aware of Sanford. And what these kids had also done to Sanford's daughter and autistic son. Wow, wow, wow. Those kids wasn't just bullying in school. They also threw bricks at my window, my kids' window. They kicked and got anything that was at sight to throw at my doors. Back in April or May, they started a fire just so my apartment would be damaged by the water the firemen used. They lived above me on the 2nd floor. They were squatters, so they had the whole 2nd floor to themselves. So they didn't have a problem with setting one side of the apartment on fire because we had another apartment right next to the one they set on fire. They would take all of my mail out of my mailbox and burn it soon as management moved us out of our damaged apartment, which wasn't far from my first apartment that got burnt down. They started coming towards our new apartment, causing more hell and bullying to my son. So these kids were literally following this family around, terrorizing them, even when they were moved out of the apartment complex. Bullying my son, I stopped my children from going outside. They flattened my daughter and son's bikes. They ruined my son's electric scooter and just started back bullying my children. But this is the first time that they ever attacked us. They tried attacking us the weekend before Monday when school started back. They seen me and my kids walking home from the store. It was about 15 to 20 of them. They tried attacking my son once they started pushing up on us. Baby, y'all would have found y'all fucking kids hanging from a motherfucking light pole, bitch. Girl, I don't even understand. I don't even understand. Hold on now, girl. Girl, we gotta have a reasonable conversation here, girl. Mama, why, why even move down the street? Why even move across the street? I don't know whether the mom just had limited resources available, girl, but at the very least, girl, why not be armed and dangerous? Because at this point, the danger level had reached a critical state. Obviously, nothing was being done about this. Girl, why was Mama Hatter not armed and dangerous? Why was Mama Satin or Sanford girl not armed and dangerous? Girl, I would have had to get an illegal firearm. Something, girl. Girl. As I said before, girl, bow and arrow, blowtorch. Didn't David use a motherfucking slingshot, girl, a baton? A switch? Rope, girl? Hairspray and a lighter, bitch? Baby, I would have set them ninjas' heads on fire, bitch. You would have, girl, the Dungeon Dragon, bitch. You would have been before a fire-breathing dragon, bitch, and not even know it, girl. Because the way I would have laid out that gots to be glue spray, bitch, and put a flame and a motherfucking match to their ass, girl. Girl, I would have slicked these baby hairs, bitch, and slicked their asses to the concrete, bitch. You would have been in front of a fire-breathing dragon, girl. Are you fucking kidding me? They setting fires, bitch. They're stalking. They're terrorizing. Why were we not armed and dangerous? Because it only would have took one time, girl, to get them girls information. One time only. One time only. Let me tell you something, bitch. I'm armed and dangerous. Girl, everything is dangerous, bitch. Inside the coat is carrying. Inside the pocket is carrying. Inside the sock is carrying. Inside the glove department is carrying. Inside the water cooler is carrying. Inside the Bible is carrying, girl. Everything is carrying. Girl, I am not a naive person, bitch. I look at myself as a part of an endangered species. Therefore, girl, I'm always ready. As Jocelyn said on Love and Hip Hop, bitch, I don't go nowhere not ready. Bitch, I don't go nowhere not ready, girl. Everywhere I go, bitch, I'm prepared to Jerry Springer, the environment. What Jocelyn said, bitch, everywhere I'm go, girl, I'm prepared to act a motherfucking ignorant fool. Yeah. Yeah. Girl, it would have been a scene out of the fucking Matrix. I don't understand. But this is the first time they ever attacked us. They tried attacking us the weekend before Monday when school started back. They see me and my kids walking home from the store. It was about 15 to 20 of them. They tried attacking my son once they started pushing up on us like they were about to jump. But good thing I put my kids in the house. They were pushing up on me. It was about 8 kids, but my burglar gate tried to swing on me through my door. And no, my burglar gate didn't have the glass at the top. But at the bottom, something I've been asking management to do is try to get me a new burglar gate so that my burglar gate had glass at the top and bottom, but they never brought me one. Long story short, my mail has to come through the slot of my front door, so they took advantage of that by throwing firecrackers through it. They used to invade my privacy in my home because when you look up through the slot, you can see my upstairs. Baby, I would be sure as serving a life sentence. And you know, girl, I gotta be all the way transparent here. Literally, I literally believe in the literal mandate of protecting and serving. my children. I feel that way about my nieces and nephews. Like I said, girl, as soon as they came into the world, at that point, I was committed to going to prison for the rest of my life. That's my job. That's the job of parents, girl, is to go to prison for yours. That's your job. That's how you actually protect them, girl. Is that sometimes you may have to be the living sacrifice in their life, girl, to ensure that they can go be forth, that they can have a future to go forth in, girl. And if you have to sacrifice your liberty, baby, by doing what needs to be done in order to stop you and yours from being traumatized and victimized continuously, girl, that's the job of the parent. Because this long time continual trauma with the system failing these people within the community and failing these young Black children at the hands of these fucking bullies would leave the parents no choice. It will leave the parents no choice but to take matters into their own hands. And as a Scorpio, I already have a problem taking matters into my own hands. The last thing I need is a real reason to do so. I'm already astrologically predisposed, girl. Pre-programmed, girl. To take matters into my own hands. The last thing I need, bitch, is a reason to use what's in my hands. They threw firecrackers through this woman's mail door. Took her mail, flattened her children's bikes, broke her son's electric scooter, burnt down one half of the apartment complex in her old place. And you telling me not the parents of these kids, not police, not the school district. Multiple people are saying, girl, that the school district, nobody was doing shit. This is what you call systemic, girl. Systemic. Systemic. They took advantage of that by throwing firecrackers through it. So they used to invade my privacy in my home, because when you look up through the slot, you can see the upstairs. And it would be times when I took my baby out the tub and they seen her naked. Long story short, I just want to thank all the people who reached out to me, that helped me get a press conference with the school, the people that was at their school bright and early. I want to thank y'all for the prayers and the kindness and the kindful words. Yes, I see y'all all posts. Baby, I can't, girl. Girl, no, man, girl, baby, girl, God loves me. God loves me down boots, baby. I swear for God that the God of the gods, girl, loves thy. Cause I just be wondering, girl, why not me? Why not me, bitch? Give the assignment to the right motherfucker, baby. Oh, baby. Jesus Christ. Let's go to Corshawnda's Facebook, child. Let's go to the motherfucking Facebook grid. So this is Corshawnda Facebook girl, where she goes into some things, where she talks about her health stint. Okay, Oprah gave the Chicago Mom $1 million. She says it's all cap. It'd be the last for me. She said that yesterday. Oprah Winfrey, greasy head ass, ain't gave nobody no goddamn $1 million. Okay, she's also letting people know, you know, there's only one GoFundMe, and that's the one that has $30,000 in it. And there's multiple fraudulent Facebook pages of her. Her actual page is this one here that has 97,000 followers on it. She said that her left leg has gotten worse since being jumped by the kids. Here she goes again with, you know, if you guys are going to support me, this was on the 18th. At his school, at her kid's school, please don't come disrespectful, because trust me, I'm at myself. I want to snap, but I am the mother and I'm going to represent myself well. That's right. Classy queen. I'm so drained and emotional. We read that post. Insane. My eyes are swollen from crying every time I get on Facebook. I see my nephew. Okay. She also had a relative who passed away. She also had died before as well, you guys. I'm trying to get to that post. Here it is. On November 13th, she had made a post. Please hold your kids tight. Never let them go. This world is cruel. They don't care. I'm sending condolences to every mother that has lost a child. And she had no idea that her own situation was about to escalate, child. Jesus. She's trying to make it through. She been getting terrorized this whole time. Okay, so here's a post, girl, from November 4th. I died twice in the hospital, and here I am today, up and alive, and I just want to say thank you, God, for always believing in me. Thank you, God, for new day. Doctors told me if I was to discharge myself from the hospital, I would die the moment I pull all those IVs and monitors off me, and I'm here to say only God has the last say so. John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his one and only begotten son, and for those who believe in him and cherish him should have an everlasting life. Thank you, God, for letting me see the next day. These doctors were wrong. She had a blessing that was coming. It was going to come through a very unconventional way. I had no idea, girl, that through what the devil tried to do, girl, the Lord turned into treasure for her and her kids. Moved them, relocated them, girl, gave her money to live and survive off of, and allowed her to be a part of a solution that's going to not only benefit her, but benefit those left in the community that she's been blessed to be able to evacuate. Because I'm going to call it, baby, a evacuation, baby. She had to evacuate. Oh, yes. Okay. Now she goes into more detail. In another post, girl, where she talks about having a whole out-of-body experience while she was dead. And she saw her body and everything, and the Lord told her that it wasn't her time, and she could see the whole room and everything else, girl. So this woman has been through a lot. She has sustained psychological and physical injuries, girl, from the lynching of it all. And like I said, girl, if Trump wanted to pull and press the red lever, girl, I don't even have a problem with it in this instance, girl. Just go ahead and press the damn button, Trump. Okay? This is sick. This is ridiculous. I think that the Sanfords and Hatter and all other families need to come together and sue the fucking shit out of the school district, out of the police department. If they've been involved to no avail, they need to sue these fucking parents. They need to pursue. Girl, I would press the fucking gas, girl. I would clear up all the generational curses in these motherfuckers' families, baby. By the time I was done with their ass, baby, they would be pure blood. Press the gas, girl. Get all the fucking coin. Hold all of the moving parts accountable, girl. All the parts. I would sue the motherfucking city. I would sue management. Girl, I would sue them all. I would gather their asses all the way up. Somebody could have lost their life, girl, and had it been CTV, girl, 15 to 20 of somebodies would have lost their motherfucking life, girl. Because there just ain't no way in the hell. There just ain't. There just ain't, girl. There's just not. There's not. And the fact that these babies now are suffering PTSD, even the autistic son of the other family who got beat unconscious by these kids, he don't even want to think about it. Before his ass start doing the goddamn bankhead bounce. Telling y'all, if y'all are in situations like this and close to it, and everybody telling y'all, girl, don't fail yourself. Be armed and dangerous. Be armed and dangerous, girl, and do not be afraid to set it off in motherfucking Chirac. Girl, turn Chirac into Iraq, bitch. Because I would have turned Chirac into Iraq, girl. There would have been no top floor left, girl, because the top floor would have conveniently caught fire, baby. Oh, yes, it would have. The top floor would have conveniently, girl, while me and my kids were on a convenient and timely vacation, girl, there would have been a mysterious fire on the floor above me, baby. Because CTV would have cleared it, bitch. Yeah, turn Chirac into Iraq. That's what you do. Because this is insanity. These young kids who've been bullied, girl, they could have lost their lives. They could have taken their lives. They could have went rogue and AWOL and slaughtered down their fucking community, girl, and mass ooted everybody ass up. And a lot of people would have been on the 6 o'clock news tonight. As a result of little Timothy, girl, clearing it, laying niggas down like Jason Voorhees, girl. Laying them down. This could have went so many other ways. And for this mother to have gone through this and still have the virtue, girl, to be like, yo, let's do this the right way, bitch. Don't turn Elm Street, girl. Don't turn Elm Street out, yet, girl. Let's do it the right way, girl. Let's not Ferguson. Chirac. Girl, this is taxing. This is exhausting. This is insane. Insane. Parents, raise your children, or the streets will. The culture will. Shamar will raise them, girl. Raise your children, or Shamar will. Raise your children, or Baddies USA will. Raise your children, or Now That's TV will. Raise your children, or Ivory will. Raise your children, or Tasha K will. Raise your children, girl, or Lil Bootsy will. Because what you won't do, someone else will. No, the mom said that in her earlier reports, but there are legitimate sources who have shown that she's been moved and relocated since. But she initially did say that she had not received any money and she had not been relocated, but she has since. But raise them, y'all. Teaching your kids to be hateful or thinking that, childhood is just about them having a bunch of chores and going to school and making good grades, but you're not being intentional about what their personal politics are. You're not raising kids who have the inner capacity to think for themselves and to not follow the crowd and to not give into peer pressure. Girl, y'all need to be raising leaders. Raising leaders is how you're going to combat your children being pick-me-shas and succumbing to peer pressure. Teaching your kids how to be critical thinkers and how to have a self-esteem separate from the crowd is what's going to save them from following the crowd. Beyonce and Blue Ivy have their children, girl, and self-esteem classes, and they got self-esteem coaches and shit. Put your money where your mouth is. Give your kids the best opportunity, girl, to be decent, mindful human beings, because these young people knew what they were doing. And all that they did it outside of their parents' viewership because they knew what they were doing. They knew to record it. They knew where to share the footage at. They knew how to incite emotional violence. They knew how to incite physical violence. And violence begets violence. These kids are lucky that this community had not responded in a more unconventional way. Yeah, this could have caused the whole city to riot. Yeah, stuff like this has been going on forever, and stuff like this is going to come to an end. Or else, expect more school shootings. Expect more mass shootings. Because the solution is going to come in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And this has not been an issue at this level. We have a quantifiable issue. A quantifiable issue. Statistically. Suicidal ideation is tripled amongst young people. Statistically. We have 4 to 5 times more mass shootings than we ever have in history. Bullying is at an all-time high. All these things have not just been going on since the dawn of time. They are quantifying and multiplying and evolving in mass as reality moves full steam ahead. Things are getting worse. It's not just the same phenomenon. The same phenomenon is growing in density and mass. And there are some egregious, dark, adverse reactions and outcomes as a result of that unchecked cancer growing within our community and within our society. Thank you so much, LJ, for the old nasty piece of reparations. Appreciate you. Rehabilitate the kids. They can be rehabilitated despite some popular consensus. They can be rehabilitated. These kids have just been marinated in a culture and in an environment and have had the authorities in their lives fail them. But they're not beyond being rehabilitated. Rehabilitate the kids, penalize the parents. And for all the people being harassed, girl, sue the shit and press charges against every motherfucking body and their mamas and hold Chicago accountable. Shout out to Chicago for banding together and for standing on business. I pray that this becomes something that we keep and integrate as a community in order to combat crime of all kinds, to combat violence of all kinds, domestic violence, bullying, theft, gang violence, sexual violence, community. Standing on motherfucking business, supporting each other, holding hands together, and having their own systems outside of police state, outside of local government, outside of the school district, that the communities themselves have their own way of reinforcing the reinforcement. Since those systems are oftentimes fragile, sometimes completely unavailable, and are completely biased and corrupted in and of themselves. Bullying is getting worse because parents have it easier to not raise their fucking kids in the age of social media, where you can just give your kid a fucking tablet and just let them go be distracted by AI. We live in a system now where parents don't have to do a lot of nuanced parenting, girl. AI can teach them everything. They can be distracted and out of your way, girl, with their phones and be on there talking to grown-ass men, grown-ass fucking women, organizing fucking murders and homicides and shit. Technology is allowing the convenience of parents having an alternative parent in the house. Caught me social media. And technology is only getting worse. It's amplifying itself. So if we don't get in front of this shit, girl, baby, the future is going to be looking bleak, girl. It's going to be giving X-Men The Last Stand when it's all said and done, girl. We are in some very unique times that are very unique to us. Even our parents and grandparents don't have a reference for some of this shit because some of these things that we're dealing with are completely unique to us. They never had to deal with social media, girl. They never had to deal with virality. They never had to deal with a lot of things, girl, that have become us today. We got to tidy up. So shout out to this family. I already been here for too long, so I'm not going to drop the link, girl. But leave y'all thoughts and comments and everything in the comment section. Tell me what the fuck you think about it. Light and love to the Sanfords. Light and love to the Hatters. I'm glad the family is safe. I'm glad the mom is moving full steam ahead. I'm glad that she's getting a lot of community support and that she's safe and she's working on, you know, getting her and her kids some help, girl, to deal with the psychological effects. Just keep everybody in prayer as the story develops, girl. I will, continue to update you all. Please thumbs up if you enjoy everything the King does here. You can also donate to the platform at Cash App, $Consciouztv, and or PayPal.me/Consciouztv. I love you long time. Please share the stream out and subscribe if you're new here, and I will see you all later. Peace.